Castaways, we are castaways. Sorry, that was so corny. I just watched Castaway starring Tom Hanks, and honestly, I thought it was an excellent movie. It touched upon themes of loneliness, punctuality, and just overall the meaning of life. From living on a deserted island for years to eventually getting back into society and finding his wife and partner, it really is a movie that touches upon topics that are apparent even if you're never stranded on an island. There's always a topic that comes up in fantastical situations in classes or such. What 3 items would you bring? Who would you take with you? And honestly, in those moments, I'm always excited and like, oh, I would love being on a stranded island with this person. We would make the best house. We would find a way off the island. But I feel like this movie did such a great job of really showing the hardships of being on a stranded island by yourself as well. I mean, the mental situation it puts you in to see people you know pass away, and it's just you left and you have no idea if you're ever gonna make it off. And being on the island for up to years and years at a time, it's really a scary thought. And I feel like the director did a phenomenal job of showcasing the despair and loneliness that will plague you in this situation. And I feel like Tom Hanks honestly was a perfect actor for it. It was really cool to see the difference between him when he first arrives there and then after he spent some time on the island, how he adapts, how he changes, and how he starts going crazy, talking to a volleyball and whatnot. So I feel like this movie did a great job of portraying what that experience would look like, and definitely scared me off of ever wanting to be in that scenario, but also made me think about there are some skills I should have down that if I am ever stranded, I can rely on those and fall back to really take care of myself until help and support is on the way. If anything, this movie really helped me identify how much of a glorious life we Americans specifically live, and how easy it has gotten for a lot of us, and how if we were on a stranded island, I don't think 90% of us would be making it off solely because of how comfortable we've gotten in life. And I feel like this movie does a great job of really picking up someone who's about to be married, is really good in his job, takes him out of all of that, and really just lets you know that life is never consistent or permanent. Anything can happen at absolutely any point, and it is up to us to be adaptable in every situation, to recognize that we're not here forever. We have to be ready to move on a moment's notice and just be capable of changing our whole lifestyle. I mean, I love the fact that they had him be so focused and intent on this time. We need to get this parcel delivered here within an hour or whatever of that sense, to really drive home that point of we're not permanent here. We're just living temporarily, trying to make the most of what we have possible. And if anything, this made me even more excited for passions that I have, because you never know when a moment can be the last. And that's so scary, but it's so true. And I feel like that's the fueling desire of the meaning of life, is just to be present. Take a step back, take a break, enjoy everything that's around you. Honestly, this is a really good movie, and I also love how they tackled the theme of separation and the title Cast Away. Usually it's cast away as one word, but cast away as 2 words has a completely different meaning, and once you see the movie, you really understand that, and how there's another dynamic that yes, he was gone for himself, but also for people that loved him and cared about him. He was gone for 5 years. That's a long ass time. People are gonna move on and do different things. I love how they didn't just stop the movie once he gets rescued, but we get to see what happened to these other characters in his life, of the time skip, who got with each other and what's happening, who has children, and the new developments in life. And I feel like it kind of reminds me, of course, a very Avengers Marvel centric person, of the blip and how things definitely change. And I feel like it would be cool if maybe Marvel did do like a show or something that we can see people really living in the blip and getting an idea of how the lives were separated and changed, because 5 years is a pretty dramatic period of time to be removed from civilization. And in fact, it kind of reminded me of the COVID times and how someone had like gone into the mountains and then came back 2 years into COVID. Like, what the hell is going on here? But honestly, I feel like this movie was great, and the fact that they had an hour-and-a-half sequence of him by himself, damn near not talking at all on an island, and my interest was still piqued the entire time. I feel like that's just brilliant storytelling, and the lack of speech really makes you use your visual cues, and the actor has to rely more so on their movements and bodies and all that, which it's just a different type of acting that I haven't personally seen in a while. Usually it's the quippy jokes and such that really carries the movie in my opinion, but this made me also take a step back as a viewer and appreciate the acting ability of Tom Hanks, which he did a phenomenal job. I have not seen many of his movies, but this definitely was an instant classic for me. And I feel like really wrapping everything together, he did a great job, and so did the director. I encourage you to see this movie if you have not seen it yet, and if you have seen it, let me know down in the comments, what are you rating it out of 5 stars? Without further ado, this is the Visualverse signing off, and I will see you next time.